Okay, so you can see here how now I've made my seam along the curved edge from the top to the bottom. Now when I lay it flat, let's see if this is a better view for you. When I lay it flat, it looks like you have an uneven edge. That can be very frustrating. And that's where people think the design is flawed. It's not. If the design was flawed or there were two different sizes, this edge would not match up. You'd have a nose that's slightly bigger than the other. So, how do I fix this? Well, you need to straighten the grain. And to do that, it's actually fairly simple. You're going to force your back edge to line up. Now, I nicked my corner a little bit, but just pretend it's perfect. You can see my edge is exactly the same size. Perfectly. So now all I do is I'm going to grab one corner and then diagonally I'm going to grab the other corner. Now I'm going to tug. Now I'm going to grab the opposite corners, make sure it's still lined up, and I'm going to tug. Now I'm going to lay it down flat, give it a press, and you can see, maybe other than my slightly imperfect cutting, your mask is now perfect. So I'll open it up and show you. Oh, let me show you this. Anytime you're doing a curve, you need to clip the corners. I just use pinking shears on mine. So there you go. Perfect little kitty nose and mouth. Totally aligned. If it wants to pull out of shape, you can just line it up again and give it a really good press. So I'm going to show you my other masks so you can see what I mean. These have all been aligned. Now, I'm not the most perfect cutter. So like, for example, this shark, I didn't cut perfectly. So you have to take your cutting abilities into account when you're lining it up. See, they're all the same size. They're all the same shape. None of the masks are different sizes. None of the masks have designs in different places. They are literally mirrored images of each other. And any changes you get come with skewing or warping, either in the printing process, maybe something happened in the wash, who knows. But it happens, and there's a way to fix it. When this happens, sometimes people contact Spoonflower and they say that the fabric they got was wrong, or the designer designed it wrong, or needs to be reprinted. And then unfortunately, if you do that, I mean, sometimes that is the case. Sometimes people do design them poorly. But if the design was correct, you're going to be very frustrated because you're going to get the same fabric with the same problem, maybe in different areas, all over again. So just keep that in mind. And you will see this is my design for the petal cotton. And some will line up perfectly. Some will seem like they don't. It just depends where on the fabric you got that skew. I'm going to show you one more example. I didn't sew this one because, oops, I got marker on it. Here's one of my tigers. Same piece of fabric. Another tiger was warped and didn't look right. This tiger, freshly cut out, is perfect. When the fabric gets skewed, it's not the whole thing. It's just in certain areas. I can't predict which areas those will be. You'll find out as you cut and start sewing. Anyway, so thank you for watching, and I hope you have fun making my masks or other cut and sew patterns that seem maybe impossible. They're really not.